Media coverage right now with mixed martial arts, as you can clearly see, it's on everything. It's on Yahoo, it's on pretty much everything you turn to. You see something about mixed martial arts being posted, whereas, maybe even a few years ago, that wasn't the case.
Even though our sport is starting to be more mainstream, people understand more of UFC. They think UFC is actually the style of martial art that people are studying. You do UFC? No, you don't do UFC, you do mixed martial arts.
When the UFC first came about, I know that the Gracies were winning a lot with jiu-jitsu, but after a while, people started to figure, well, I need to learn ground as well. On the same token, once some of the jiu-jitsu guys started getting hit by the stand-up guys, then they realized, well, I need to work stand-up as well now also. So between the two things, now everybody does what is more widely considered mixed martial arts, because they're studying a little bit of both elements.
5-2, that's a front uppercut, rear cross, push. 5-2.
Right now, things are more segmented. They have like M1 in Europe, they have UFC, of course, in the United States, and now they're starting to spread out. They have like Dream and different things in Japan, Shuto in Japan. But now they're trying to bring something that's together that's going to be more of a world sport.
There's a lot of traditional wrestling styles from different countries. And they have, with FILA, they're trying to combine categories, if you will.
FILA is basically in charge of wrestling for the Olympic Games, Greco and the freestyle that's in the Olympics. They're also in charge of non-Olympic sports, which Pankration or Pankration is, also combat grappling, which is new to them. And they basically brought these different sports in, trying to unify things worldwide, so they can be world sports and then eventually possibly go to the Olympics.
And instead of having 50 different sets of rules and competitions, they're trying to merge it and bring it where there's a little bit of this style, a little bit of this style. It's kind of like conquering a civilization. You keep some of what is there, and then you add some of your own. And they're trying to make it so all of these competition styles or martial arts can come together as one and compete under one set of rules.
Use your leverage of the uniform. I just pull them back down the other way. Boom, boom, boom. Push, push. That's it.
We are the official head coaches of Team USA and also national directors of Team USA Pankration. USA Pankration is in charge of combat grappling, which is pretty much amateur MMA, and also the Pankration sport, which is basically MMA utilizing a uniform.
Combat grappling and the Pankration include striking, which of course you don't see in like the Greco-Roman wrestling and freestyle and things of that sort. With the striking elements, it's still a wrestling sport. I mean, wrestling is one of the oldest forms of martial arts. Eventually they learned they can punch and kick people as well. Whereas with combat grappling and the Pankration with FILA, there's actually a point system for the striking as well as a point system for the ground.
Everyone can't get in the UFC. Everyone can't get in Dream in Japan. But, if there's a way that they can try to aim toward like Olympic Dream or World Championship dreams, this would be the way for it to go. It makes more sense to have one body or a few big bodies than to have everyone dispersed around the world. Once we get to that world status and that unified type of system, they will have a chance for athletes to be able to go from regional, national, and then become, hopefully Olympic athletes one day. Trying to get sponsorships is hard, We need to be able to train our athletes at the highest levels, and most of our athletes have jobs. It's not like going to an Olympic training center like for, maybe taekwondo or boxing or judo and things like that, because they're already Olympic sports. But just being able to get the funds to bring people down to us to train them is kind of our biggest obstacle at this point. If people understood what our sport actually entailed and actually where we were trying to go with the sport, if we had just a small amount of dollars behind it, the things that we would be able to do would be miraculous.
As a world sport, I think it will be in the Olympics eventually. I don't know when. I can't predict the future. I'm hoping soon. But, you just never know what's going to happen. But I know that the support is big enough where it's starting to take over in popularity over a lot of traditional sports that you've seen for many years now.
To do our sport takes a tremendous amount of dedication, a tremendous amount of technique, a tremendous amount of discipline to actually keep yourself on track. It's no different from any other Olympic sport. So is our sport up to the caliber? Most definitely. Do we deserve that place? Most definitely. So is FILA working toward that? They definitely are. And with all those people working to one common goal, if we can get more people behind that common goal, there's no way that we won't make it to the Olympic Games.